fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's the final game of Wildcard Weekend, and we've got a good...
I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. I pull the sword out the border, walk a floor full of cobras. Go to war with you all, we can brawl toe to toe. I can tighten loops in my lace and make lightning lose in a race. I make fire cool and come back from the triangle in Bermuda. I can suit up, live in the moon up, working and outsmarting computers. I can outswim all the tuna, and that's without a scuba. So in the laws of nature, I'm breaking the rules. Only thing I'm bad at is being a loser. I can make time traveling a surprise. Make graveyards feel alive. Break the immortal down to his demise. Look up and beam to the stars so you can turn off the lights. I come alive in the dark, and I keep getting stronger. Tonight I hunt with the pride. You can't take my pride away. I can sing with the birds and the trees in the morning, or roll like the storms way over the ocean. My limit's the sky. I do the impossible, impossible. Shine if I want to. I win every time if I want to. The world mine if I want to. Make the world mine cause I want to. Even on the days when I'm late as ever, my timing is right. Even in the darkest moments, stay close, I'm that shining the light. I can make an earthquake nervous, I can make the sun wear a visor. I can make a wise owl see me as a daily advisor. I'm that cool shade, peaceful night.
Playoff fever has come to upstate New York, and there's a look at Highmark Stadium here in Orchard Park. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good AFC matchup in store between the Tennessee Titans and the Buffalo Bills. The battle for the Lamar Hunt Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC Wild Card game. They'll start on the ground. It's Derrick Henry. And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30. They'll run it again with Henry. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a first down.
Good running right there. And this is a man who's a 1,000-yard rusher in the regular season, so you know he's going to get his chances, and he picks up nice yardage on that one.
A solid run by Derrick Henry, and here's another 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to bowl his way forward to the 48. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4. So a nice run there, and I have to think a strong running game in the playoffs, maybe even more critical than the regular season. And if you go by the numbers, the man they have running it here, he was the best in the NFL.
And since he led the league in rushing yards, I think it means he's going to see the ball a lot in this game, too, because that's what they're built like. That's what they're built around. So I think the offensive line, the tight end, the wide receivers, everyone is coming together, wanting him to get the ball and get it often, and they want to carve some holes out there for him.
An extra defensive back here for the Bills on 3rd down. Here's Tannehill. And that will be incomplete.
I'm quite sure that they envisioned a much better start to this game when they practiced all week, but they failed on that third down play. That brings up fourth down, and they'll probably have to punt it away.
So they're forced to punt on fourth as this one's away. He'll return it from the 6. It's a 45-yard punt, but a decent return there of 9 yards. And the Bills will be backed up to start the drive. They'll have it 1st and 10. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got a man complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Marking down at the 49. The big play has him all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Now a first carry for the brother of Dalvin. It's James Cook. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. Add the gain here to the previous play, and it's better than 40 yards total.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy set the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Now left side, a completion to his tight end. And he'll be brought down at the 27. So a great throw right there. And what a regular season this rookie had. Piloting this offense, guiding them to a division title. And they get the home date here in round 1 of the playoffs. But Charles, how do you think they'll play it here? Will they run the same kind of wide open offense they've run all season? Or do you think that they'll try and take some pressure off of the young fella?
Oh, I think they're going high, wide, and handsome in this one. I think it's all out, just as they've been doing all year long, because I think if you try and pull it back now a little bit, you're telling that young man you don't have quite as much confidence in him as you've professed. So go ahead and continue to run your offense. Do the things that got you here. As so many defensive coaches have told you and me, all gas, no brakes. Let it rip.
And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook, 15 yards. And the Bills will strike first here in this wild card matchup. Extra point through the snowflakes, something good. And that makes the score 7-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And that'll be a little too hot to handle as it will skip through the end zone for a touchback here. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive pack backwards. I also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. They'll try to run for the first with Henry. They find some open field here. Powering forward. And he will finally be tracked down at the Bills' 23-yard line. 74 yards rushing for him now as he has gotten the night off to a hot start. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, it's Henry. And a short gain here down to the 22. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Here's 2nd and 9. Tannehill going to turn and give this to Henry. An 11-yard pickup for the Titans and a 1st down.
A big hole there. How about him handling the point of attack? Just positioning himself so that run could go right off of his backside and deep into the secondary.
A 1st down carry for Henry. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
He's had success on this drive, but not on this play.
Finally, they bowed up defensively. I think they were determined not to let him take it pretty much all the way down the field.
Yeah, it looks like they handled their run responsibilities correctly this time. What we call them run fits, everyone was in the right place.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. 8 yards on the ground there, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 2.
Some good, strong running right there. Some power and some explosiveness just about got him into the end zone.
They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Ryan Tannehill. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. And the Titans are an extra point away from evening this one up.
Partner, it wasn't that long ago that when I talk with these NFL coaches about different innovations in the college game, you can see their eyes roll and they just shut down right away. Don't bring me that Joe College stuff. Well, guess what? The college game has definitely infiltrated its way into the NFL.
Yeah, and these guys, when you're seeing the option defensively, you got to stick to your assignments. I know that's cliche. They didn't do it there.
And option football means exactly what you just talked about, assignment football for defenders. And that drives them crazy because you have to think your way through a play as opposed to just reacting and making the play.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. A good balance attack for that last touchdown drive they had. Now it's time to see if they can do that again.
It really becomes a tale of two play callers, doesn't it? The offense.
And this is caught at the 20. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. We saw this plenty last year in college. He loved to take his shots downfield, and that throw, that was a thing to behold there. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. He's at the 50. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, partner, they went empty set there. No backs in the backfield. All receivers out in the pattern. And in this situation, you know what the quarterback has to do? Act as his own blitz control.
Yeah, he's got nobody else there to protect.
No one else there to protect, which means he's got to get rid of the football and absorb the hit, but not go down and fumble the ball.
The last run got 9. That leaves him with 2nd and a yard. Now a play fake, and it's Tannehill. He's going to look deep down the field. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
To this point, I've been impressed with the work defensively. They have not allowed a lot of receivers to run free. And there's another example, another incompletion.
Haskins trying to pick it up. A great effort there to shed the contact, and it helps him pick up the first.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulder square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop it. 125 yards rushing for him in this first half, as he has certainly carried over his regular season success into the playoffs. They keep it with Henry on first down. Tremaine Edmonds there to bring him down. Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And sometimes all of your best laid plans of play design, your X's and O's, they can't always account for individual effort defensively. And this was one of those times. Just a terrific play to hustle over there and get the running back to the ground.
And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. And the next-gen stats tell the story as he was traveling at better than 19 miles an hour. 7th play of the drive forthcoming on 3rd and 8. Now Tannehill. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Titans are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
I think he has to be saying to himself, how did that not wind up a touchdown? Remember, he just did the tip of the ball across the plane. It's not going to get there, but they're going to be set up in great shape with 1st and goal.
Now the Bills are going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
They'll give Henry another shot, and maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
And now 3rd and goal coming up, the loss on 2nd down. That just means this crowd's going to get even louder, and they'll get a little bit of extra help from the defenders as they exhort them to join them in the effort.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
They converted twice on 3rd down that drive already, but couldn't make it a 3rd. We always talk about in-game adjustments. How about what the defense did there, able to shut them down on that attempt?
Bullock's kick is good, and they take the lead here now at 10-7. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And with a little under a minute to go, they may try and work their way into field goal range and try to tie up this ball game. Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Well, sometimes the defense just beats you. Great coverage from the secondary, all of them in the proper position. So instead of trying to throw into tight coverage, he found a way to throw it away and come back and try again the next down.
Going deep for Diggs. They got his man complete. Now the Bills will use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock's going to stop with 47 seconds to go in half number 1. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Bills. A great effort there. 37 yards. And the Bills will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Well, Charles, kind of the future of this franchise on display right there. You had a rookie throwing it, a rookie catching it, and taking it into the end zone.
Could you imagine if we were in the owner's box right now, we could look at the front office and see the grins on their faces, to see the present making plays and knowing what the future will bring with these youngsters going out and making big-time moments happen for this team.
In just about every special teams meeting, there's a discussion with the punter about his importance. Why? He can flip the field for your team defensively, move it deep into their own territory, or if you're backed up on offense, and he can hit a big punt and change field position and help his defense. In this case, though, field position got flipped by the return team. You can do it so many different ways on special teams.
And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. First down, Titans, gain of 12.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do on that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And the Bills are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming out, and that just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. And they may just be content to take this three-point lead and head into the locker room. He's got the hook up with Diggs. The Bills are going to go ahead and use their final timeout as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. I love that play because in the snow you think run, run, run. Big passing play there.
And defenders hate it, especially in open space, because trying to come under control, break down, and make a tackle in the open field, difficult in normal conditions. In these conditions, almost impossible.
And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
Ball on the 42 as they come up 2nd and 10. He'll drop to throw. And the Titan defense steps up here, and down he goes. And now they'll take a timeout defensively. After the second down play, they burn the timeout, making him sweat out the final few ticks here in the second quarter.
Get it together.
And they line up now for what will likely be the last play of the first half. They'll throw now on the final play. Going deep for Diggs. Oh, that's into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And he will be brought down on what will be the final play of this first half. So we're at halftime of this AFC Wildcard matchup. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. Both teams try to avoid being one and done in these playoffs as we start the second half of this AFC wildcard game. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And they're in the position they expected to be in. They've got the lead, home crowd behind them, and they're looking toward making that next step in these playoffs.
And I think a key for them is to put together some good, long, extended drives. Work the run a little more with that big offensive line. I'm not saying get away from throwing the football. That's still working. But they run it more effectively. They make it even bigger plays in the passing game.
They go play action here on first down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The defense rising to the challenge and setting him back on the sand.
Boy, Charles, that time he took a bad situation and made it worse.
Yeah, you're almost putting together a nice little song there, aren't you? Because it's something you'll see from young quarterbacks. They have that tendency to retreat backwards instead of stepping up in the pocket.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. Looking left side, and it's complete. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one good for 26 and a first down. In this weather, any big play in the passing game, that's just a bonus, right?
It certainly is, but oftentimes offenses think in clement weather plays to their advantage because you know where you're going on offense. Defenders have to react, and they often slip.
And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line.
That's a nice job there defensively, being able to diagnose that little touch pass. They saw it coming, converged on him before he could get much out of it.
Here's 2nd and 8.
Man open downfield is Diggs. He's got it.
And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 35. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
Well, for teams that like to play man coverage, running corner routes can be tough on them because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off. Sometimes you're just rounding it. Sometimes there's a fake. Sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it.
First down. Here's the run with Cook. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line.
69 yards rushing for him now to this point.
Now, that was an excellent run. And when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block. But the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense getting a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw.
They'll find Gabriel Davis. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
A great job there, Charles, just to hold on, absorb that contact. I guess that's the risk you take catching the ball toward the middle of the field.
It is, and if you're going to gain yardage, you're going to have to go there at some point. But how about the read, okay? The eyes of that play, stepping out from the middle of the field and really making a big hit. Did not get free, but boy, that's a tough area to go into when you're going into his spot.
Back to the ground, Cook.
I think we're seeing the effect that runs like that are starting to have on this game. They're a little bit slower, that front seven reacting to the football, almost like body blows in boxing, slowing them down, and they're really starting to take over in this game.
They'll run with Cook. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. James Cook with his second touchdown of the night. And the Bills go coast to coast and finish the drive off with 6 points. They'll look to throw for the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Popular down near the goal line, quick slant. Nice job there to get in, knock it away.
It was. One of the other things you're concerned about when you throw that route is to make sure your offensive linemen use their leverage to get the hands of the defensive front down so you can throw it through that little bit of crowd and get it to the receiver. In this event, they did, but a nice play by the defender knocking it away.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that'll lead you into bigger errors.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. So 5 yards here, 5 on the play. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it can turn into a big gain downfield. What a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
Now a pass hauled in downfield, and he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
Brandon, there have been some memorable snow games for championships in the NFL. 1948, Philadelphia Eagles, Chicago Cardinals.
Well, the most famous one of my lifetime, I think, is got to be 01, right? Raiders-Patriots, to send the Patriots to the Super Bowl.
You had to go to the Tuck Roll, didn't you?
Yeah,
I think that's one people remember. But I also know this. In Miami, the infamous one, the snowplow game in New England, when they went out there and the Patriots had a guy come out and clear a spot on the field for their field goal kicker to kick the game winner.
Is that 82?
That was 82, and the Dolphins fans will never forget it.
Well, we're not seeing one of those famous games here, but it's fun to be in the snow nonetheless. And a busy night for Henry continues. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill. And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
It's always tough trying to keep your guy upright when he's trying to throw the football. When you're dealing with those big, bad guys on the defensive front, it's even tougher. And this time, those guys on the opposite side won the battle, getting to the quarterback and knocking him into an incompletion.
Now on 3rd down, that pass knocked down in the backfield and incomplete.
How about the coverage we just saw break out on 3rd down? Dime defense, blanketed the field with extra defensive backs and speed, unable to find an open hole to complete that pass.
In motion comes the tight end left. Desperation time for Tannehill on 4th down. And they hit him as he throws, as this one's going to go straight down to the turf. Incomplete. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 46. They'll try and start this drive in the air. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Gabriel Davis, 54 yards. And the Bills use the big play to extend their 4th-quarter lead. Another touchdown through the air for them, and for this rookie quarterback at the helm, he has put them in a great position, Charles, to get the victory in this one.
He's absolutely taken charge. Every touchdown for them has come via his arm. 0 rushing touchdowns, no special teams, no defensive scores. All him throwing the football. He's in cruise control right now, and so is his team.
They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they are most likely staring at a cold end to their season here in this wild card round. Nothing has gone right so far, and they are, to be frank, in desperation mode now as they begin with a 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
Back to the air, Tannehill on 2nd down.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But third down coming up.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming on third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Jair Elam makes a pick, and the Bills are going to take over a couple of yards shy of midfield. And that pretty much has been the storyline, Charles. This defense, they seem to be one step ahead from the start of the game until now.
And you identified it perfectly, and we can see the frustration that's settling in now. And it's probably been there for a long time, but now it's evident because you can see it in their faces, you can see it in their body language, maybe even a little bit in that play call that ended up maybe closing them out.
A 3-yard loss to start the drive. They'll look to make that up and then some on 2nd and 13. On play action, they'll throw. He's got it complete to Diggs, right side. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there, 2nd down. They run it again with Cook. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. It'll go as a loss of a yard, so now they deal with 3rd and 11. We're backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first. 3rd down, here's a run by Cook. And he does not get to the first down marker as they stop him at the 19. 7 yards on the carry there, but now they're staring at 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Oh, this ball hangs out to the right. It's no good. And that will keep this a 15-point game. Now, this one now not over yet, Charles. You've got a sliver of hope on that other sideline.
You certainly do, because that would have made it a 3-score game, and that probably would have been curtains at that point. But now if they can get down the field quickly and somehow get the ball back one more time, we may have a different ball game.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Tannehill. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
But so far on this drive, they've done some good work. They force incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, bring up 3rd and 10. That brings up the big question. Do they bring pressure or do they play coverage on this down?
Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Micah Hyde.
Well timed. Certainly not on their side offensively. They had to take some chances, but that interception will further hinder their already slim chance of victory.
Yeah, and you're talking about time not on their side, but it certainly is on the defensive side, and they understood that. They knew they had to press it a little bit, and they planned accordingly, and what a benefit for them, able to pick that one off and hopefully put this game away.
114 yards rushing for him now as he goes over the century mark here in the wild card round.
2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. They run again on 1st down. Cook. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Here's Cook again.
And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. They run with Cook. He's been busy tonight. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Buffalo. James Cook saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game.
And the Bills continue to show why it pays to play at home in the postseason as they add on to their lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. We'll see a return here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us?